here, and I'm back with my friend Mike Perrine from everydaydetox.org and youtube.com/everydaydetox. We have been making videos all day answering your questions that you've been sending in over the years, and we have one more to do, and we're sitting here in the podcast setup because we're about to shoot a podcast for you.
Yep.
Yeah, but before that, we're going to go through this list of questions, and we have baby Annabelle here, and little beastie Summer is off to the side. She might say hello, but let's get started with these questions. So these are all centered around detox, and we want detox to be as easy as possible for people, right?
We do. We hope.
I'm only laughing because it's hard. It's a hard thing sometimes. Most of the time.
It's a process that's effective, but not always comfortable, and no one said it was going to be.
Right. So, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try to answer these questions and make it as comfortable as possible for you, because we do want you to detox. How many times should a person poop a day? What is healthy and what's not?
It's not so much the frequency. It's the transit time. So when you eat something, you want it to leave the body within 12 to about 26, 28 hours. That's ideal.
Okay.
So in other words, when you're eating dinner and suddenly you feel like you have to go, you want to see the dinner from last night coming out and the dinner from the night before coming out in the toilet.
If your poop is all brown, how do you know what you're eating? Should you be planting corn in your poop? And there's
actually a test we do to find out what's going on with people, and it's called the sesame seed test. So you take something that should go through your body fairly quickly, like a big raw salad or something like that, and you take a big bunch of sesame seeds and you throw them in white sesame seeds, and you'll never chew every one, so you're going to see them when they come through, and then you time how long it takes to come out, and then you'll know what your transit time is like that. But food should not leave any residues in the body or stick around for more than 26, 28 hours. If it stays around for 32 hours or something, like, no big, but ideally we want to get in that window. And
that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that, so I like that.
So frequency, it's hard to say.
Shh.
Animal control, eyes on the cat.
Shh, keep looking at the cat. Summer's wrangling the cat for us during this video. Where can I get educated on detoxifying nutrition? Right here.
Watch YouTube all day. You'll know everything you need to know.
Just us.
There are places to study. There's Bastyr University. There's Institute for Integrative Nutrition, Natural Gourmet Institute for Food and Health. There are those institutes. But if you really want to get into the deep work of it, my advice to anybody that's asking now is to do the self-study and get into the old books written on health and written on raw foods and detoxification. But if you're going to pursue a degree in some type of medical sciences. You don't have to become a medical doctor, but in some type of health sciences, get an actual degree so you understand anatomy and physiology and those things, because it took me a long time to put all the pieces together. And you read crazy things in the old health books. Some of it is like wisdom and some of it is just raw food Looney Tunes. So you need to be able to decipher what's what, and the best way to do that is understand the body.
I found the coolest food combining book of my mother's from the 70s. That was some raw food Looney Tunes stuff.
Was it Norman Walker?
I don't know. I'll have to dig it out. But it was really fun. I liked it. The illustrations were wild.
I love that stuff.
There's always a lot of nudity in those old books. Like naked women for no reason. Naked, wild-looking women.
Sounds like our marketing culture.
Yeah. I heard Mike mention senna tea. Okay, this is interesting. Can you tell me more about that, how it works, how it should be used, and for how long? Now, I want to make this a broader question about detox products in general that are on the market, or teas that people find that are supposed to be great for detox, and how you feel about those in general.
In general, I don't like them. I mean, depends on what's in them. There are certain herbs and certain things that you can put in that will help activate things in your body. There's certain herbs that are going to help activate your liver to release things like that. I like to go with the old school model of consistently lightening up the food that you're eating more plant-based, and then fasting to some degree, and for some people, and that could look different for different people, so that your body will then decide what it wants to cleanse and how it wants to cleanse it. And that's how I would approach it. Taking something to like detox doesn't really work. We don't put things into detox. We leave things alone. We create emptiness. We leave things out. And then the body, in its infinite wisdom, will go in and it will start to remove things as it wants to and put it into circulation, and then it leaves.
Summer agreed with that. My 3-year-old is off to the side and she's eating your vegan, gluten-free, what else?
Artisanal, biodynamic, wildcrafted, handcrafted.
They are not wildcrafted cookies, but you brought us delicious cookies.
They're foraged, actually.
So she's over here going, okay, so that's a good answer. So it's not about what we're putting in, and we should avoid adding products, adding things to our bodies if we are trying to make an effort to detox.
For the most part, taking something, buying a pill, anything like that is not what's going to detox you. It's leaving out all the things that make you toxic and then assisting your body in getting it out.
Add lots of water. This is like a project of mine.
Now, Senna tea, just to be specific, that will detox you because it will make you take a really, really big crap. That's what it does. Don't do that too often though, because Senna tea is a slight irritant, and your body can, it can irritate your colon all the time.
But green tea does that. I can take caffeine and take a huge crap.
Coffee can do that. Epsom salts can do that. A lot of things to do that. Natural Calm.
Okay, love Natural Calm though, by the way. I've been eating clean. Why is my skin getting worse? This happened to me.
Yes, that's why your skin's getting worse, because you're eating clean. Your body's trying to release stored waste from the tissue and it's coming out of your skin, possibly because your bowels are not keeping up, meaning you have some things that are releasing into your intestines and they're not leaving as quickly as they need to. So best thing to do, hydrate, drink raw juice. If you can, get colonics or do enemas. And there's other things like you can take Epsom salt baths, you can put bentonite clay on your skin to help draw things out, but ideally we want to try to keep it away from the skin. Yeah. So we want to get it to leave from the core of the body. So we want to empty, we want to basically create a vacuum through the body. And
you have to just wait it out. Yeah. I would say for my age, it was pretty severe acne, severe breaking out, because I hadn't had it before, I hadn't experienced it before during detox. And it's fine. It cleaned itself up and my skin's fine now. So I don't worry about breakouts ever now. Is there a way, and this goes into easing the detox symptoms, is there a way to make the headaches go away during detox, or at least be less persistent naturally? I want to try detoxing, but I hate the headaches that come with it that I get.
Depends on what you're detoxing from and why you're getting headaches. The best headache remedy I've ever found is ice packs on the back of the neck.
Okay.
Yeah, they do that in Southeast Asia. They'll put a big ice brick on the back of people's necks, and it sort of shuts the nerves down to the head and that are going up to the head, and it could take a headache away. It's really magical. But the best way to avoid any detox symptoms, headaches, fevers, acne, is to make sure you're getting complete rest, make sure you're completely hydrated, and making sure that your bowels are empty. That takes care of most of the symptoms. Just about. That's why I basically did colonics for 15 years now, Yeah,
the worst headaches that I've ever gotten are from a caffeine detox, which I know a lot of my viewers are going through, and sugar detox too will do it to you. It was a matter of waiting it out. Again, it was something that I just had to deal with. Lights down low, close the curtains, lie in bed, and just try to wade through it.
Let your body do what it's doing.
Yeah.
Symptoms aren't something to be. Symptoms aren't necessarily something to escape from. So we think we get well when the symptoms go away, but your body was actually trying to make you well. Dr. Fred Bishy said one of the most incredible things to me one day. He said, people are trying to cure the cure. But the cure is that process of having headaches or a fever or things like that.
So symptoms can be an indication of something going right, not something going wrong. And I think when people feel symptoms, they feel like something's going wrong, it's not working the way it's supposed to, but it actually is in a lot of cases.
And legitimately so, because it's confusing, because symptoms are also there when things are going wrong. So people panic, but we think it's only one or the other. We think it's only one, but it could be one or the other.
You want to come sit next to me?
Eyes on the cat.
Good question. And it has to do with detox, but it also has to do with transition from the not so great diet to the better diet. And we talked about this in the first video. How do you feel about fake cheeses, fake meats, those replacements when people are getting away from animal products and moving towards plant-based? This is what we were talking about earlier, and
a lot of them are highly processed foods, and it's questionable whether or not they're even better than the animal foods they started with. Is like organic raw goat's cheese better than like that weird emulsified oil soy isolate thing that people are, It's really hard to say. I know that though, when I first initially changed my diet, I did eat a little bit of that stuff, fake meat, fake cheese, and my health benefited from not having the animal foods. I was eating low quality animal foods though. If someone were eating like salads with strips of like grass-fed beef in it or something, and then they started eating highly processed fake meat, I'd probably have to favor the meat in that case. Yeah.
So look toward quality as much as you're looking at the ingredients.
Yeah.
So what is the quality of the ingredients? Yeah. So I wouldn't take my backyard raised chicken eggs and replace them with some crazy egg substitute concoction. I just wouldn't do that because I feel like what I'm eating is really clean and good for me.
Exactly.
Maybe not for you. But yeah, I would try to avoid that unless I would try to avoid that in the long term, I would say.
Yeah.
It's not a permanent solution to eat fake meats and these processed crazy, what did you call them? Biomechanical foods?
We don't get healthy by replacing processed food with processed food. That's the big, going vegan, there's a lot of unhealthy vegans, and it's great for the animals, it might be great for the environment, but if you're putting sludgy paste and weird emulsified oils with soy isolates into your body, it's not best for your health.
So that is what people are bringing up though when they're talking about why, or when they're saying that veganism is so bad and it's bad for you, because they have all these examples of people who are very sick, that look like ghosts, that are too skinny or too fat. And they're saying it's because of their vegan diet. It's really because of the low quality foods that they're eating as part of their vegan diet.
Yeah, absolutely. The vegans that do well long term are people that juice, drink smoothies, eat lots of raw food, lots of raw salads, nutrient dense food, and don't eat processed fake cheeses and meats and stuff like that.
Yeah. I hope that your questions were answered. If they weren't, of course, leave them in the comments below. I know you guys will, and we love them because it gives us so much content for these videos. We could talk about this forever.
We're going to go into a podcast talk in detail.
Yeah, so we're going to shoot this podcast. You'll find it at youtube.com/everydaydetox, along with a whole bunch of other podcasts. The link is in the video description. And, keep them coming because we love making these for you. Keep the questions coming. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like this video, share with your friends, and leave your comments and questions below. You can also click on your screen or find the link in the video description to sign up for my newsletter at BEXLIFE.com and get all kinds of free goodies delivered straight to your inbox. I'll see you soon in another BEXLIFE video.